So I had a question for y'all that I just came up with.
What up, 3 viewers?
What's going on? What's happening?
Fuck going on?
Just came up with this on the way here. So, we've had the conversations about the differences in sympathy and empathy, right? So on my way here, I was, obviously driving, and I saw a family of people. It's maybe about 3 or 4 people on the side of the road. And you know how they have their paraphernalia showing they homeless need food or...
You said paraphernalia. You know what paraphernalia is?
Probably not. I probably used that word wrong. My bad.
I was just going to say, paraphernalia is drugs.
Oh.
Not necessarily, but...
But no, well, let's Google it, because I might be wrong, too. I could have sworn paraphernalia means drugs.
You got
paraphernalia.
Huh?
You got a lot of different paraphernalia.
Miscellaneous articles, especially the equipment needed for a particular activity.
I'm so used to
drug paraphernalia.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought it was. My bad. That was on me.
But there's signs, with the markers.
Sports paraphernalia.
True. I'm thinking the worst of shit.
On the side of the road with drugs, needles, them drug baggies. Go ahead. Okay.
But they were homeless, right?
Mm-mm.
Now I had 2 thoughts at the same time, and
spoons. Oh yeah.
I had to think about it, and I think both thoughts touched on sympathy and empathy at the same time. Well, 3 thoughts. One, the family looked not. They looked like, I don't know, maybe Indian, maybe Arabic. I didn't really get a real good glimpse. But they definitely weren't black and they definitely weren't white. So to that regard, I'm like, okay. And they weren't Mexican, by the way, or like Hispanic. Then my sympathetic side said, man, it must suck to be homeless. Not to saying that to them, but like the idea of being homeless has to be something that's real, real tough to deal with. Just sitting outside and, basically asking people to help you pay for food for yourself, for your family, whatever. Empathetic side said, man, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to, anyway. But I said that to say, my third thought was, if you guys are, what's good, Be Humble?
Be humble. What up, man?
Be humble. What's up?
I'm fucking saying you the feds, Be humble. We don't know. I was just saying. I'm fucking saying you the feds, though. I know you out of D.C.
My third thought was, what could have possibly happened to where they got to that point?
To get homeless?
Yeah.
You couldn't tell if they was like Venis, though, right? You didn't know.
Mm-mm.
They could have been Venezuelans.
No, I don't think they were.
I got a question I would ask myself. Which one would you rather be? Homeless in India or homeless in the United States?
United States all the way.
Then boom. It don't even matter how you got there. You know what I'm saying? You could have been homeless in India.
Yeah, you just came over here.
Crazy work.
Because they say that being homeless in America is still rich compared to a lot of places overseas.
Rich homeless is crazy.
Or better off at the very least. If so, y'all would be locked up already with all type of charges.
That's crazy. What type of charges are you talking about, Being Humble? Like, what type of charges?
Man, bugging, I ain't did shit.
But, and for a split second as well, I thought, because this was just the thoughts rallied off in my head. Like, if you, let's hypothetically, they
They white women.
they don't.
Never date no white woman.
Me neither.
White woman.
And the third thought was like, man, I don't feel sorry for them. So it was like I had opposing thoughts at the same time.
Damn, spacious.
Because I don't know the story at all. But then my first thought was, if you're Arabic, we know about Bridgeview, 87th in Harlem, and that whole strip. Yeah. If you are Arabic, that whole strip is dedicated to y'all. How did?
Yeah, no, that's their shit.
That's how did they? I don't know if
from 79th to goddamn
95th
to 95th. That's their shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's like sure. 2 miles of street. That's them.
Probably down to 71st.
Naps and Beauty. What's up? What's up?
Just every day. What's going on?
That's their shit for sure. Mm-hmm.
And they people. they ride for they go above and beyond for their people. They'll be more likely to help out other Arabic people than non-Arabic people. So I'm thinking like if this family was Arabic, what could the amount of Arabic people that I know of in America, I could maybe count on one hand out of all the ones that I know that didn't have money. Granted, I don't know all of them.
So you say you out of all the Arabic people you know, you count on one hand who didn't have money?
Yeah. And that's
and this was going through your head whether or not you're gonna give them $1 or not.
No, I was heading here, so and they were on the other side of the street anyway. So.
Lord have mercy.
So I'm just I don't know.
It was just something you was thinking about it. You thought it was a good question or something like that?
No, it's just like what. Well, my question to you guys was, what when you see stuff like that, when you see people on the side of the street, what are some thoughts that go through your head?
I need to work harder. I feel empathetic. I feel empathetic, and what was and sympathy for him. Like I wish nobody be on the streets begging for change. I think that's one of the most embarrassing things you probably have to do. So you do feel a little bit empathy and sympathy for him, but it's also it's always to me not just to work harder. It's always thank God that I have the wherewithal, I have the sense, I have the capability to keep going to work. I have the everything to like thank God that that's not me. Like it just always to me. I always thank God for stuff like that. Even when I see accidents and stuff, when I see people in bad situations, I always thank God that gave me the common sense. Even when I see anybody in any type of situation they're in, I always be like, man, thank God I got the common sense. Thank God gave me the wherewithal to know the difference in the two, to not do this, not do that, to like people just don't know how much everyday life is a blessing. Like you get to go, even if you ain't eating healthy, you get to go to McDonald's and get some fries. You get to go to McDonald's and get a burger. Other people like myself, I get to like, bro, I can pay my bills and still throw some stuff in the stock market. That's a fucking blessing. Like people don't understand the little things like that as a blessing. Like you sit up here and you look at people and you try to like, you look like, damn, but you ain't thank God not one time for you being a blessing. My dog over there, a blessing. You know what I'm talking about? What we just got through talking, that's a blessing. Like you got that wherewithal to do that. You ain't got to worry about that. You got the sense, you got the common sense, you got the smarts, you got all that to know what you need, what you not got gonna do. You got 3 blessings at home that another little blessing, baby girl that's gonna probably go to college. You blessed for to see that and all that stuff. Like all this stuff is a blessing, and people just like take a lot of this stuff for granted, and I don't understand it. I really do not be understanding like complaining and about other things and all that. That's just what came to my mind when you just said that. It's just I always just thank God about a lot of stuff when I see people like that. Thank God I get to see my bros when I come here. I thank God for a lot of things. People might don't, because we be sitting over there going off and all that stuff like we don't. Like, but I do. I thank God for everything. Waking me up. I drive back and forth on the road every day that something bad can happen and I don't come back. But I thank God for that. I can follow, like, it's a lot of things that can go wrong. Me going to work, me coming home, come home 3 o'clock in the morning. It's something like that can happen. You got to thank God for that too. Like, it's a blessing. All this stuff is a blessing. And if you keep going around here, God will show you in a heartbeat. Like, you can be right there with them at, where they at. I don't know what they happened. I don't know what got them to get to that position or where they at, but I just thank God that I got with the wherewithal, and I thank God for the blessing that he's still, giving me the right, the limbs, the arms, the breath. I ain't got no serious health issues. I can go to work every day. I can pay, like rent coming up. Rent for to be in another day or two. I can pay that. Like, when you got money to pay your rent early, that's a blessing. Some people got to wait till the actual day to pay that.
Crazy.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
It was crazy, man.
But some people, got to wait till the day. Like, and it's been times, but it's just like, to me, I just thank God for the breath, for giving me the wherewithal, the common sense, the smarts, all that stuff. It ain't always been like this. Shit, I'm 40. I thank God for the 40.
No doubt.
So that's just how I thought about what you just said. That's all.
JVD, what do you think?
So for me, like empathy is I have empathy. Only way I can really have empathy for a person is having trying to learn or have understanding or how the person really got there, right? So as I'm getting older in life, I like even anything, right? So we talking about shootings or brides being hoes or no, I'm just saying I'm saying it because you know how you'll stick a title on somebody, right? Be like, oh yeah, that bride a hoe. But a lot of times, or just anything, right? This is how to me this is how you get empathy, right? Because for me it's understanding, and empathy always doesn't necessarily mean sympathy. Right, so it doesn't mean I'm sympathetic to your situation. It just means I have understanding about your situation. So when it comes to somebody on the side of the expressway, I often give $1 or loose change anyway, and it all compares. It depends on how I'm feeling, right? So if I look, glance, you know what I'm saying, like Naps and Beauty would say, she say, you're looking at the shoes, and I look down at the shoes, but sometimes they don't even take me that much. It's here. You know what I mean? It's $1. Shit, I probably lose more than that in a month. I'm talking about just in general on frivolous things or stuff that I don't use, right? So it's nothing for me to really give $1 or $2. So yeah, I do have empathy for people that's out there that's struggling, and, even beyond the people that may be panhandling on the side of the road, right? Now, if you're this consistent person that when I go to Family Dollar, tells you what kind of neighborhood I live in, right? Well, if you're the consistent type of person that's hanging out inside of the Family Dollar, and every time I see you ask me for $1, I'm gonna tell you, no, man, I gave you $1 earlier in the week, and you can only reuse that every 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because then by that time I kind of forgot.
Oh, okay.
Here you go, brother. But if I see you every day and you, hey, brother, man, nigga, I just gave you $1, right? That's $30 every month I'm giving you. Let somebody else get some of this money, man.
I look at it too, I be kind of skeptical of that too, because like you say, dogs be looking at plotting and scheming, bro. So you don't know what is a motherfucker that fuck around and pull out a
Gotta
dollar.
look at their eyes, man. Yeah. Gotta look at their eyes. If they red and bloodshot and shit, these is winos. Go ahead and give them $1. Because I'm one of them type of people, I don't give a fuck what you spend $1 on. You gonna spend it on crack, heroin, whatever, food, whatever. I don't care. Because I'm not finna sit up here and be like, oh, nigga, they finna go spend $1 on some crack. I don't care. Maybe that crack or heroin kept them alive for the next day, so they can ask for another $1 the next. I don't know, but it ain't no big deal to me.
Yeah, but sometimes I look at it too. I agree with everything you just said, but I look at it too as sometimes people be spotting and scheming. And if you don't just have no loose $1, like you could just give it like this or give it like that or something like that on the Virgin, you pulling out more money and my friend looking like, oh, you got more than that or whatever like that. And that's now it's robbing time. Now I got to sit up here and pop you. And I didn't even plan on popping nobody today and all this other stuff. And I don't want to go through that. So it's just sometimes
you say I ain't plan on it.
Yeah, I ain't planning on shooting nobody today.
Not today. No. Today was a good day.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to use the AK.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So, if you see them, and then one of the things that get me all the time though is when motherfucker had kids. When you
now that's dangerous. I don't like that. I know somebody that called the police on them people.
Oh, they had the kids out there?
Yeah, when they call the police, I know somebody that will call the police on them. Thing is though, I'm not sure if there's an Illinois thing outside, but I don't think they could do anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
As long as it's in a public space, I don't think the state could do anything about it like the police.
That's one of the ones that get me all the time when you see kids out there.
You remember my story when I went to the Fulton Market and the kid was asking for trying to sell the candy? The story I told a few weeks ago? Like, man, I was like, man, that's wild.
Well, I don't think I was here for that one.
I don't remember that neither.
I went to the Fulton Market and
you say then you did the podcast by yourself?
No, we were here.
Oh damn, my bad. What happened real quick?
I was walking up and it was a family of probably about 4 or 5 Hispanic people, and they were trying to sell candy.
Oh, okay.
It was a tray of candy.
Like what kind of candy?
Like boxes of like M&Ms, Skittles.
Oh, bad. How much?
I don't know. I didn't.
$5 a piece.
I don't. That's that football. I'm going to football camp. Can you sponsor us? Type.
That's that scam. Like, bro? I just give you $5. I don't want the candy.
Bro, that kills me because I was going to a Family Dollar.
After I gave you my $5, nigga, give me $2. Really?
No, I just get the can. Take that.
No, because now they gonna scam some more. I'm sorry. Keep going, man.
Scam some more.
No, it was the child clearly didn't speak English. They just walked up to me and said, "1 for me." I'm like, What?
Oh, I do remember you saying one for me. The plane.
Yeah. So, and then the child tilted their head towards the counter to the restaurant that I was standing next to. They say one for me, and they were asking me, "Can you buy me some food?" Like,
and she was like, "Hell nah."
No, I said no.
Oh, you just saying no? I can't.
Yeah, I just said no.
Nah, I can't get you no chips.
No, they were.
I got some leftover lettuce. Spaces be out here wilding, man. Spaces making all this money, man. All this podcast money. Spaces couldn't give him no leftover lettuce.
J-Lo on the track. What's good, bro?
What's happening, man?
What's going on?
I met him when I went to Detroit.
What up, brethren?
Yeah, when Anton had his meetup in Detroit.
When you was at the great Riverwalk?
No, that was a different time.
I thought you was at that great Riverwalk.
No, it was cold outside when I met J-Lo on the track. He said he from Kankakee.
Oh, damn. All right. Okay, boy, he from Kankakee. Boy, that's where Space is from. It said on his profile. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no Spaces will tell you he from Kankakee, boy. He from the Key.
Oh, I thought he from New Orleans.
What exit is that? 315? 3 something.
I
don't know, man.
You
You get to Kankakee, man. It get real shit.
It's almost like what is it? A sundown town?
Oh, hell no.
I ain't lying to you, right?
If you get off on that exit, then you can go left or right.
Yeah,
you
left
go
or
left,
right.
It's looking like a sundown.
Yeah, left does kind of, but right look like you could get robbed.
No,
I went to the gas station going right. I was just sitting there. I was like, this look dangerous.
What about when you come to them back streets? And I seen them burning the torch.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go ahead and get back on the E-way. I had to go get on the interstate. This wasn't where I was supposed to be. My bad. I'm sorry. Let me get back on the E-way.
I got some people that live down in Bourbonnais, though. So that's right next door.
Yeah, I got family in Kankakee. I don't know why they choose to stay there, because every time I talk about Kankakee, I just say Kankakee is where dreams go to die. There's nothing in Kankakee whatsoever. He said, I agree, LMAO. No, not a sundown town now, but it does look both ghetto and sundown.
I would say, you know what? That wouldn't be my choice to like live on some. But as far as like getting some land or something, I could get some way out in the cut. Probably wouldn't be in Kankakee itself, but maybe Kankakee County or something. Yeah, Kankakee County, right? I think they got their own county. But yeah.
Welcome to another episode of your favorite after church podcast, the No Key Podcast.